We got presidents that's not presidential. We got men who sperm donors that's not fathers.
Ooh.
You know, we got podcasters who don't really pod. They just talk. We got DJs who don't DJ. They just play music. I'm pro business.
Okay.
If it makes intelligent sense and it makes money, it's worth engaging and learning more about.
Here we go.
Money, making crap for money.
What's up, guys? This is Breonna Moore, your host of the Conversations Unearthed podcast, where y'all come for me, but you stay for the guests. Today, we have none other than Mr. Randy Wilson. I think the claps is this.
Oh.
Hey!
Fancy. Joe Budden, watch out.
Hey, we got Mr. Randy Wilson, y'all. He is a pretty big deal out here in the Richmond, Virginia area when it comes to podcasting, when it comes to giving amazing interviews. This is a show that I am super excited about because, of course, I just started on my podcasting journey, and I see a lot of people in the podcasting space that I look up to from afar. But it's nice to kind of meet your mentors. It's nice to meet your idols. They say not to meet your idols, but I'm going to go against that today. So anyways, y'all, introducing Mr. Randy Wilson.
Thank you. You so kind.
Dang, how you doing today? You came up in here with the cream, the neutral palette. I'm loving this look, man. I'm loving the clean shaven. What we got going on today? How you feeling?
Well, I had to go to Senior Connections for their empty plate luncheon today.
Oh,
so
okay.
I had to go outside. So I tried to,
Little network.
Take a shower. Took a shower today.
Hey.
Get a little clean.
You know,
use a little dove.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
And if you didn't know, we doing a little something different over here at Conversations on Earth, y'all. We got a co-host today.
Oh.
You may have heard her in the episode. We interviewed Miss Lily Chanel last time, and she gave some insights, and she decided to come on back. She had a little day off today, so she go bless us with her presence a little bit too. So Mr. Randy Wilson, if you don't know, he has a lot of different episodes with politicians in the Richmond, Virginia area. Y'all know me, Chief Drip Officer. I bring the vibes. I'm not too much into the politics. I did meet Delegate McClellan, and she was a vibe. But Miss Heather Allen has a lot more insight into the political world. So if we do decide to go that route, that's where she would step in. But also she bring the vibes too. So anyways, we go get this started a little bit. I know you said you are not from Richmond. You from North Carolina.
Yeah.
What you doing here in the sticks? Well, you came from the sticks to go back to the sticks.
Yeah, I came here a long time ago. I came here to go to college, to go to grad school.
I got you.
Where'd you go to grad school?
Virginia State University.
Okay. Shout out to Virginia State. That's where I got my undergrad. So
it ain't the same as a grad student though, I missed out on that.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm coming to class at 4 o'clock, 4 to 7. So
missed the whole yard situation.
I feel like I missed that whole experience, but came here and went to school, got married. You know how it is. What's it say? Virginia's for lovers, right? Virginia's for lovers. So I just stayed. That's what they say. That's what people's you seem not to feel that way, huh?
I've been here all my life, so I'm ready to go to Bali.
The dating pool is trash, so I don't know if Virginia is for lovers. But that's my hot take.
But no, I just stayed around because the line of work I'm in the service. I'm in like public service, and like what I learned, if you want to be in service, this is a great place to be. Like you can excel here a lot easier than other places, and so I just kind of stayed.
It's a great place to network, and I didn't learn that until I started networking. And
it's not that big. It's not too big. It's not too small. Yeah,
but you got the big corporations here.
And for me, in the work I do, I work throughout the whole state, so I don't ever feel like I'm just pigeonholed here.
Okay.
I work in Virginia Beach just as much as I work here, and in Northern Virginia too.
I got you. So it had to be something else that made you stay though?
Well, the things I like about Richmond, original Black Richmonders don't like. I like the river. I like, you know what I'm saying? Like I like the access to the beach and things like that. Like those are things that growing up as a kid that wasn't like easily accessible to me. So I'm kind of like, when I'm outside, I'm like in the woods. I'm like that type of outside, like really in the sticks, like on my bicycle on the way to Charles City or something, Williamsburg.
Where's your favorite place to go hiking in Virginia?
I don't know about that one. I mean, I don't know, but I ride my bike wherever. I rode it to the beach and back.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Black people be hiking out here.
Stop. Yes, hiking is an
In Richmond?
experience.
I mean,
Not just in Richmond, but like in Virginia.
yeah, we got great the state park. Like
Oh my
I think if you
gosh.
ask someone who's not from here,
Yeah.
what they like about if they're kind of like me, the state parks here are better than like a lot of other places.
Oh my
for
God, they're
sure.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's amazing sightseeing in Virginia.
I'm gonna have to check it out. I be in the house. I be in the house, and when people most of the time when ask people what they like to do, they like to eat. They like to go to Murray Blues. They like to go to the rooftop bar. They like to go to the Virginia State homecomings.
Oh,
and
yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I've had my time doing all that too. It's
you
just
like
that
you too old for that.
my outside is really outside though,
Yeah.
for real.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. I got you.
But don't get to say don't put me in a box though. I like going outside.
I love.
I
I know
just-
you didn't take the wine today.
I didn't take my medicine.
didn't take that.
I'm at that point in my life where I gotta have medicine before I have acid.
Yes, sir. And reading a little bit about you, I see that you're in the mental health profession.
Yup. Takes one to know one.
Yeah, yeah,
That's why.
yeah.
That's why I ain't
Yeah.
got. That's why I need my. That's why I ain't got my
Yeah.
drink because I ain't got my medicine. I need my medicine before I drink. Now
Yeah.
I got this condition, so like if anything acidic, I have to take my pre-acid pill before.
I got you. I
Yeah.
got you.
But next time, I'll come back. We'll get
Yeah.
together again, and I'll drink some tequila with y'all.
Okay.
Okay, we will make sure to have
Tequila?
Tequila is a healthy drink for your bladder when you got urology issues because it comes from a plant.
I need to know that.
Yeah.
Because I'm visiting the nutritionist and she didn't tell me that the tequila was the.
Well, vodka comes from a cactus, though, too, right?
I didn't know vodka
And wine
come
comes
from a
from
cactus.
vodka comes from a cactus.
know that.
It's a lot of interesting things about alcohol. Literally everything that's like a hallucinogen. Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
I don't got that one.
The hallucinogen.
Yeah,
The lube.
yeah, mushrooms,
Yeah.
right? Weed that come from a plant.
That's true.
Vodka, cactus,
Coke-
apparently tequila,
Cocaine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We're promoting
And
cocaine
literally,
today.
yeah. Well,
Period.
every bit
Not my,
of,
not my choice.
well, if we welcome all listeners of all types. But what was I about to say? Medicine is literally made from plants.
Yeah.
like
True.
literally
Yeah.
all of it. So yeah,
Natural medicines.
natural medicine. But let's get into this. Let's get into this journey of your podcast. Let's get into your podcast journey because you've been doing this for is it 5 years?
About 5 years, yeah.
About 5 years?
This one. So I've kind of always played around with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I 5 years ago, my son was younger and I was trying to find ways to be social, but I can't really be social. You got a young kid, you can't do certain things when they too young. I mean, he wasn't that young, but still young enough that it was challenging. So I just started, I just realized like the power of putting a cell phone in front of you, the power of, and I was watching all these podcasts on YouTube and things. I was like, let's just start doing this in the basement. And so
But you started this like right before COVID.
before COVID, yeah. So but again, it wasn't. So COVID had nothing to do with why I started podcasting, but socialization did. Like when you work in mental health, it could be emotionally exhausting.
Yeah.
I mean, like it sounds good. People talk about the buzzword mental health. It sounds, but at the end of the day, it's like emotionally draining, spiritually draining, exhausting, depressing. You carry all that energy. So I just wanted to talk to people who were interesting people to talk to about things that was unrelated to mental health
Yeah.
because that was selfishly therapeutic for me.
Sounds like you're a conversationalist.
Yeah, I just like having conversations.
That's how I am. Like I don't need to be around people a lot, but I like to have deep conversations.
Yeah,
Like I like to have a conversation with meaning.
I really like talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking it out.
I feel like y'all share a good little experience there when
Yeah.
it comes to like the reason you got into podcasting, kind of the reason why you are here in podcasting as well when it comes to like the medical field, nursing. I mean, that connection is wanting to get out of it. You're
Is that
like,
the kind of work you do?
Yeah, I'm a nurse, a registered nurse. I worked in ICU for a long time, and that was an in-demand specialty during COVID. So started traveling during COVID and made a lot of money.
Travel nurse?
Travel nursing,
Yeah,
and
bread.
decided that it just was not. It wasn't for me. Just seeing a lot of people die. Like it's to the point now where I cry before I go to work sometimes because I just do not want to be there. Like I hear the sirens at night. I was taking a CPR class. I always tell this story because it's profound to me. But I was taking a CPR class because we got to renew it every 2 years. And I'm like, on the dummy, and I'm getting my practicum and I'm getting my skills up and things like that. And as I'm pushing on this dummy, I'm seeing faces of people who have passed away.
Oh man.
Yeah, so it's just like, this might be a problem. I got to figure out how to get out of that. But with me, it's like nursing is the type of profession that takes you up out of a situation that you were in financially. So I'm like, all right, I'm up right now. I'm up and stuck. But I don't want to do this no more. And I worked hard for this
You still feel that way?
Yes, most definitely. So what I did with my money is I started investing in real estate, and I started, I bought a business. And the reason why I started this podcast is because we were trying to get ads on like 106.1 to beat, 106.1 to beat all these big radio stations, and they were automatically like, all right, that'll be $3,000 for a slot. I was like, wait a minute. And you know, my big brain, I live with no limitations. I'm like, well, I can just start my own channel, and not thinking that it would be hard to, you know, get engagement and get listeners and get viewers. But it just kind of gave me the audacity to start something. I'm like, well, I got something to say. And even if I don't have much to say, I know some people that know what to say, or, you know, so, and now at first it started as a hobby. So now I'm in the business of trying to monetize it.
Good for you.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at. So we kind of in the same spot.
Yo, no, I really respect that.
You familiar with James Harris?
Yeah.
He was one of my first guests.
Yeah, I know James.
Yeah.
Mental Hill.
Yes. Shout out to the Qs.
Yep.
Shout out to the bros.
Shout out to the bros. All right, so I got some rapid fire yes or no questions.
All right, cool.
Here we go. Solo episode or guest interviews? Which one would you prefer?
When you say solo episode, you mean just me?
Yourself. Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
So I mean, neither.
We
can play. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Because I like I take the challenge with the solo stuff sometimes. I've done it, but it's a challenge. But I've interviewed so many people, and I enjoy that. But I actually desire to have like a staple regular person. That's my goal. I'd rather just kind of, and then every now and then bring people in. That's really what I desire, where I want to go. I'm tired of the guest. I mean, I like guests, and I always will do interviews, but I'd rather just have like a female co-host, and a male, another one, and maybe another male. Yeah. And it's just us. That's what I'd rather do at this point.
Yeah. So I listen to Joe Budden all the time. Shout out to Joe. And kind of like that, a similar. I'd
rather because you can build a relationship, and you know, with interviewing guests sometimes. I mean, I like that. But I mean, you know, I don't feel like that's podcasting completely either. That's why I think more of a journalist approach. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I'd rather do.
I got you. And I'm clear on the fact that I think when I first started the podcast and I'm looking at other people and trying to see how they do it, I'm like, am I a journalist? So I was trying to fit into a box as a journalist, but I'm not. So like I come from a space of, I just want to know who this person is. Like, I know a few people come up here and they're like, wow, this is a really positive environment. I'm so used to people asking me about the negative things that's going on. No, I want to get to know you. Like, I want to know what's in your spirit. What made you start this? Even through all of the negative things and negative comments, you still doing what you're doing. So, like, that's what I want to get to.
Yeah. I mean, I like this vibe, though. Y'all can do it this way. This works.
Yeah, it's fire. Yeah.
Particularly when, like, she's on camera or she is on camera.
I think...
You should be.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if we show up.
I don't know,
but yeah.
but I like the fact whether you're not, like, I think that brings an interesting element to it too.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Love the feedback.
Yes, exactly.
This is cool to me.
Yeah, cool.
This is the essence of it all.
Right.
It's like basement talk, family talk. You know, that's what it is.
Yeah.
We just turn the cameras on.
That's why when I started listening to EYL, you listen to Earn Your Leisure EYL?
I don't think so.
Okay, it's a podcast. They started out in Atlanta, but it's literally three men that's just talking about finances and investing. Yeah. And coming from a mostly women household, not really having a lot of men in my life, like I was just interested to hear. I didn't care what they was talking about. I was like, wow, this is a different perspective. It got to the point where it was so much testosterone in my ear every day that I had to like chill out on them for a minute. But it was just cool to see like three black men, professional, talking about anything. Yeah. Like so I feel you, the essence of it's a good essence. All right, video podcast or audio only?
Video,
same.
Video, because I drive around in the car and listen to video on YouTube. I listen to it, but if I can see it, I want to see it. Yeah, I'll be watching YouTube like
Same.
Yeah, I'd be crazy watching Drink Champs for 3 hours.
Really? What's your favorite episode?
Oh, Drink Champs?
Yeah.
I don't know. I like a lot of them. Mm-hmm. I like them when they get just super drunk.
It'd be crazy. I've only seen. I don't watch a whole bunch of it, but I've probably only seen like 5 episodes. I'd be like, why would y'all let yourselves get that crazy? They'd be crazy.
Yeah, I just recently watched the Babies episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fat Joe's episodes and whatever he does is always really good. Irv got it.
Yeah, that was
a
That was
classic.
crazy. That was one for sure.
Cult classic. But yeah. Would you ever? Well, I think you already answered this question. Would you co-host with anyone else?
Yeah, for sure. I'm looking for. I want to co-host.
You want to co-host?
Okay.
The thing is that it's. I think the hard part for me, because I've had these conversations. I'm just looking. I just want someone. All right, let me say this. This is what the problem is.
Put in your application right now. I mean, go ahead. Tell people what you want.
This is what I've had to learn to accept.
Okay.
I've had to learn to accept that things can be seasonal.
Yes.
Everything ain't gotta be forever. My mindset in the beginning when I was working with a group of people was that we all had to be committed on the same. That's not realistic.
Yeah.
So as long as if I could just have someone that could be committed to us having some type of schedule routine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking for that.
How often do you record?
It's all. Sometimes I record 2-3 times a week. Sometimes I record once a week.
Yeah.
Sometimes I record once every 2 weeks. Like right now, I haven't recorded since the last episode you see. I've been on other people's shows recently.
Okay.
I've been doing a lot of these, and that's therapeutic for me because now it's giving me ideas on how I want to go back.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what I want to do right yet.
You've been doing your city tour, your Richmond city tour?
I just did Philip Noel's podcast.
Okay.
On ESPN Radio with Mike King.
I saw that one. Y'all look so nice in y'all suits in that one.
People thought we were brothers for real.
Y'all do look alike.
I did Barry Farmer radio show recently.
Okay.
Wait,
y'all were in Mike King's studio.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For the last one.
For the
ESPN,
right? with Philip. Yep.
Okay. I was on his show once. Mike is such a vibe. He's great.
And I did one down at 101.1 The Fam. So I've been doing shows like, this is cool for me. I'm humbled to appreciate that someone has interest to talk to me.
Oh,
for real, because I'll be the one talking to other people. It's cool to be on this. It's cool, So like, I'm trying to figure out though. So if anyone is interested, and I'm not even doing that. I'm not even doing that.
I thought you were gonna do the ad.
No,
like, all right, so I'm looking for a female or male, this age. You gotta be a vibe in this area. You gotta be able to talk about environmental mental health.
But then if someone says they're interested and then you're not interested, then it's like. But I just thought, you can email rwilsonpodcast@gmail.com.
There we go.
And ask Jonathan, is my podcast assistant, and we can go from there. I learned that.
Okay.
Don't put yourself in between you and your audience. I learned that quickly.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
I don't manage my DM. I don't manage
Okay.
it. I mean, it might be me, but I'm telling you it's not.
So I was messaging Jonathan on the gram.
Both of us.
Oh.
That's how you do it.
A little bit of both.
That's how you do it.
A little bit of both.
We both have access.
It depends.
Yeah, because it's because you don't, particularly when you're doing with rappers.
Yeah. No, I have to tell my friends that all the time on my business page. My intern has my access. You might not be messaging me.
Yeah.
Send it to my personal page.
That'll protect you and your well-being.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is podcasting something that is like your dream thing to do? Like if you were monetized enough to not have to work, would this be something you would do?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
For sure. Like if I didn't have to do anything else, would I do it? For sure. I would.
And how are you scaling? Because at this point in my life, people tell me I got a mentor and she's like, look, you spending a lot of time editing. Why don't you hire a VA for $5 an hour to edit your podcast? You can like watch the editing and the production and stuff like that, but you're spending, because I've spent a lot of time. Like I'll spend like 12 hours sometimes editing video and audio just because I want it to be right. And but I'm like, well, I have the time to do it. And I just interviewed somebody and they were like, hey, like if you're not busy enough yet, then do it, I mean,
you like it.
I love it. Yeah. So I enjoy it.
You don't feel that,
It don't feel like work.
I'd be doing stuff like sitting at the stoplight. I'd be like listening to stuff and then texting myself like, okay, from minute point 18 to point 24, cut that. I'd be texting myself, and then when I'm in a place where I can actually do something, I've already got my notes because I've already listened to the show. So I mean, not that I'm advising anyone to be doing anything at stoplight, but I don't really. But I don't edit all my stuff though. So from a scale standpoint, I think for someone who's like getting into this podcast thing, I've spent too much money. Yeah, definitely. I've spent too much money.
Dang. I don't think I spend a lot of money. I pay for this studio. And what else do I pay for?
I don't have all the skills that some people got. Like I can edit stuff for social media pretty well, and I can edit video a little bit. I can edit a little bit, but I don't like personally have Microsoft. I don't have a suite personally. Is that what it is? Microsoft Suite or Adobe Suite? Excuse me.
I use CapCut, and that is $15 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Is it
simple.
the app?
It's the app. Yeah. It's,
So, yeah.
Yeah. So.
I'm good with some of that stuff. I can do that stuff, but
The more advanced, you're like, I'm not getting into
like,
it.
Creative Cloud.
I just don't want to get stressed out because then I won't enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think for me, and this may happen with you, just because we in this space. This is why I like these type of conversations because we can learn from each other. Like, there's a couple of things I'll tell you. You know, depending on who your guest is, you may want to. I used to with certain people, I may have them sign a disclosure. Maybe depending. Like some people may feel offended, but at the end of the day, it's your content. You own it. And you have people come on your show and say, hey, I don't want you to put that out. I don't want you to put this out. Now you're talking about editing. Look how much work and stress they causing you. Now you can't do this. You can't do that. Who are you to tell me what I can and can't do? You agreed to come on this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't pay you.
Yeah.
This is what you chose to do. This, because that's part of that is credited to your craft. You got some shit out of them. Now they want to take it back.
Yeah. Wait. That was too much. You shouldn't have said it.
That's one thing. And then the other thing, there was another thing.
You said too much. You shouldn't have said it. Let's clip that up. Why would you come and say? Yeah,
but that's one
like
thing.
that, yeah.
And then the other thing, there was something else, but I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Hey, this has been a journey. I think this is a great tool for networking because everybody wants.
That's real. Now, come on.
Promo, yeah.
What we was talking about before this.
Yeah.
Why am I having some of these conversations with some of these people?
We got you.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
like the real conversation is the conversation we having off camera. The conversation we having on camera is the commercial version that we're portraying to the public because of what you got to say. I'll ask people, what do you want to talk about? What's important to you? Because people typically listen to the first 15 minutes, and then if they are interested, they'll come back when they have more time.
Yeah.
All right? Because that's how I am. I'll look at something, come back to it, come back to it. It's
Yeah.
hard
Like,
to sit
nah,
there
I
for a
ain't
whole
feeling
hour,
it.
right? Yeah. So like, let's go and get all your shit off in the first 15 minutes. Where you got what's important, what's on your desk, what's pressing. Boom, boom, boom. Get all that out. All right, now let me get to the bullshit.
Yeah.
The bullshit is where the clips that people. This might be what I want to hear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you kind of got to format it that way. But yeah, a lot of people I talk to, truthfully, is because in my daytime work, there may be some opportunities to leverage some things. Like
What's the daytime work?
or the mental health work.
Okay.
But
Yes.
I mean,
okay, you're still doing that full time.
that's not all, but I do more than just that.
Okay.
But it's like sometimes people have a hard time understanding. So you just interviewed this mayor candidate, and then I saw you talking to, let's just say, an artist, like hip hop. Let's say G Sambo.
Yeah.
Let's just say.
Yeah.
So why? I don't understand. Like, what are you doing? Like, you going different directions. Like, we live in one community or one state, whatever. Like, at the end of the day, I don't care. These are his constituents. He got 25,000, 30,000 followers.
Yeah.
I'm trying to reach the people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I am intentional about reaching people. I don't really want to have conversation with people that people are not interested in what they have to talk about.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
'cause
and
I mean,
because with rappers, a lot of them can sing and make good music, but their conversation be lame. They can't talk always. So it's like, so that is important. I can't talk to a rapper if they can't. If they can only rap.
you got to have a take on something. You have to have an opinion on anything at this point.
Yeah.
Like, but be able to talk to me. I understand that.
Yeah, that's important.
I get that.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, a dream. I love me some. Recently, I just started listening to Joe Rogan's podcast because he interviewed everybody. He just had he just had Trump on. I love Club Shay.
He had Trump on?
He did. 3 hours, 3 hour interview, 27 million views in like 24 hours. And then Club Shay, of course, I feel like he might be. And the only reason why I'm saying this is because both of their interviews are like 3 hours long. He might be the black Joe Rogan. And I hate comparing black and white, but success to success, I feel like Shannon Sharp just started doing it. Joe Rogan, kind of a veteran in the game. Y'all both had 27 million views. So it's like the monetization might be the same because Shay had on Kamala. I think it was today. It was live.
He did.
Yeah.
It was live.
She on her black circuit there right now.
She definitely.
She
on
just
her
went
black
on-
circuit right
heavy.
now.
She was just on All the Smoke too.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
I didn't see
Okay.
her on there. I didn't see her on that.
So now she was on Charlotte Breakfast Club.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
She making rounds.
Oh, she making around.
I didn't know she was
She's
on the
doing all the black.
Breakfast
She
Club.
did the
Anytime-
little balloon thing.
Anytime you
Yeah,
see
she's-
someone in one spot, you're gonna see them in there. Think about it. When they go to New York, they hit Ebro, they hit
Yeah.
Breakfast, and she's just on the circuit. The baby just did the same thing. He's on Dream Champs. He's on Breakfast Club. Anytime someone got something to say,
Yeah.
they do their run.
Yeah. I mean,
We got a few more days.
me personally,
We
I
about to see
feel
her on
like
everything.
The Democrats and the Republicans, and I say this all the time, it's two feathers of the same bird to me.
Hell yeah.
Because once the party started accepting money for
Listen, I mean,
services,
Look, I don't belong to any party.
I'm pretty.
I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't think that any party is for us.
Okay.
I mean, I strongly feel that way.
Give me your take on that.
I'm pro business.
Okay.
If it makes intelligent sense and it makes money, it's worth engaging and learning more about. So that's kind of how I see candidates, which makes me feel like we need to talk to everybody.
Okay.
You need to listen to everybody. You need to listen to all news networks. You know what I'm saying? But now, where my wife has influenced me.
Okay. Okay.
is
Shout out to
that-
wife.
Yeah,
Shout out to the
she's
wife.
Thank you.
she's changed me a little bit because
Ladies up 300 points.
Cups up to the wives. Thank you.
Bring her on the show next time.
yo,
the claps. The claps.
she's changed me a little bit though, because even though you can vote or you can go with who you think the best person is, the majority still wins.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the Electoral College.
Electoral college and the party. So like you might
party, yeah.
like I don't mind saying it, like I have voted for a person. I'll just be like, I voted for a Republican governor one time because I thought the Republican governor was the best candidate. But where my wife's influence could come in and be like, but that candidate can't get anything done if the majority of the Republicans don't
If
align
the
with
Senate
him.
and the
You know what I'm
House and
saying?
everything else is in the
Yeah.
line,
So,
it don't matter
yeah.
what they're
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah, but again, I'm not Democrat or Republican.
Okay.
I'm pro-business. I would say like a conservative independent. And then because I feel like as black people, like most of us, I can't speak for anybody else and how you came up, but most of us come from similar backgrounds. We come from environments that, our parents were working class. We had to work for what we got, working class or poor.
Yeah.
One or the other, right?
Yep.
Not very seldomly is middle class. So that definition changed. So like if you working class and you trying to just make it, you can't really be. You got to hold on to what you got. You got to be tight.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it from those conservative views. I'm not looking at it from like conservative, like step. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm talking about like, and I just feel that. I do feel that I feel that there's so many black folk. We cater to to the Democratic Party like they've done something for us. Don't get me,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, to your point, would you say like same feather? Would you say? The
I feel like it's two feathers of the same bird.
it's
going
the same. It's
direction.
the same. Well, same bird.
I think
Same
that's my
bird.
story too.
Same
Like, I mean,
bird.
I grew up in a household where my parents were like, Democrat, Democrat, Democrat. That's what I know. That's how I grew up. I mean, I've absolutely done my research as I've grown up because I went through, I'm about to shout out to Emerge Virginia. I went through the Emerge program some years back to figure out how I wanted to go forward in politics and everything. But that is how we were rooted and how a lot of us grew up is, no, it's Democrat. You're voting
Yeah.
Democrat. That's what you hear even
Yeah.
before you get 18. So it's just like, oh, this is customary. This is what we're
Yeah.
doing. Yeah.
But I really didn't have I don't feel like anybody gave me an explanation
No.
of why to vote
I
Democrat.
didn't get it.
It was just, I know when Trump was running, they were like, oh, he gonna take away our food stamps.
Yeah.
But at this point in my life, I was like, I don't get food stamps, so I don't, that's not something I need to worry about. So let me figure out what the other issues
We
are.
become a slave to
Yeah.
somewhat. It's just like a slave mentality to the party. Like we owe it.
Can
to
we get
them.
rid of them?
Can we get rid of all the parties?
Yeah, let's just get rid of them. That's my vote. Let's just get rid of them and let's just run based off your policies.
These jokes were written by Cat Williams. Please don't.
They can't cancel you. It's okay.
They can't. That's true. How you feel about cancel culture in this day and time?
Shit's real, ain't it? This
It's
shit's crazy.
real. I mean, look at the
They'll
baby.
get you good.
And listen,
Everybody.
and even narrowing it down, though, we see it right here in our own city.
Oh yeah.
This shit's real.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to be in that one. I ain't gonna lie, but
Yeah.
I mean, I just, I think that for me, like
Yeah.
I keep healthy boundaries between me and all other people. So
Okay.
like if I don't know. Anyone, I guess anyone can try to cancel you, but if you don't ever allow yourself to get too close
Yeah.
with people, then
Yeah.
it can't. How can they cancel you? You're not
Yeah.
on.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
like I know that I can share with you. Like, so my approach to having political conversations though is I let them say whatever they're going to say. Like I might push back on something just to have a good conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I may not have too much of an opinion,
yeah.
or I may, but I think if I approach it like a journalist, I'm objective. I'm not biased, at least in camera. Like I've already voted.
Yeah. Okay.
I know who I'm gonna vote for.
Right.
But I still need to talk to all of y'all.
Yeah.
And be nice to all of y'all.
Yeah.
You know why? Because if you win, I'm gonna have to work with you too.
Yeah.
And if you lose, I'm gonna have to work with you wherever you working at. I'm still gonna have to work with you.
That's true.
And no matter what anybody says, I always say this: you don't know what people do when they get in the booth. You in there by yourself, so you can talk that talk. You can say whatever you want to say, but when it comes down to it, nobody in there with you.
No.
So you can pick what you want to pick regardless.
Yep.
My stance on this election is, I feel like it's at this point it's life or death. For me, I feel like Kamala is when she gets in office, hopefully, it's gonna be a lot of money that is going to be injected into communities because that's what she talks about. That's what she's running on. However, being a newer business owner, I've since realized that I don't really need the money. I need the resources and I need the connections. So that's my thing. That's my thing with Kamala as far as voting Democratic.
What you feel on a local level?
On a local level,
When it comes to the mayor?
well, I'm a part of Chamber RVA, so I get to see a lot of what's coming, and I feel like we're moving in the right direction as far as with like infrastructure, what they're doing in Scott's Addition, the big industries that we have here. There are a lot of jobs here. As far as money coming into Richmond, I still don't know how to get it. I don't know where the investors are. I don't know who I can talk to about getting funding for certain things. But I also feel like that's on me because no, I'm not going to the city council meetings, and no, I'm not following up on.
It's a ton of money in the city.
That's what I'm saying. Like I know it's here.
Almost $3 billion in the budget.
Where is that?
It was almost $3 billion in the budget. I will say if you listen to some of my Stoney interviews, I like Stoney.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I do
Okay.
like Stoney.
Shout out to Stoney.
And that's just based on the experiences that I've had with him, and when I look and see I think people look back one day, like I think that like Stoney, I think has had some of those experiences. He's not from Richmond originally, so
Right.
you're going to deal with that, to some degree.
Yeah.
You can't make everybody happy. You can't please everybody.
Of course not.
You definitely probably pissed off a lot of people when the monuments were taken down.
Yeah.
But I think that we need, he's doing things as a mayor and they may not be big things.
Yeah.
It's just little social community things
small things
that
win
you
the
may
race.
that you may not see other mayors do. Like Mama J's just got recognized this past weekend for their 15th year anniversary.
Ooh,
Bonnie B just
that's
got a
big.
key to the city. Matt Skills gets a day. We keep seeing our people getting recognized as black people by the mayor. You may not see that.
That's true.
You may take those things for granted one day. So, I don't know.
And that's why I do like your podcast because you bring into the light what people are doing at a local level.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. $3 billion. If you listen to the State of the City, every beginning of the year that they talk about the State of the City,
Yeah.
the mayor does a speech and he rolls out whatever has been approved in the budget from the city council.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money in there.
It's a lot of
and there's
money,
a
yeah.
lot of nonprofits and community programs out there, small businesses. Now, how you go get them, you just got to tap in. But it's there to be received.
Yeah.
And
For
shout out to
sure.
Petersburg because I think the casino just got approved.
Yeah.
Did it get approved?
It
They're
did.
voting on it, I thought.
Delinquent podcast was just talking about. I was listening to something I got
Okay.
tagged today. They was talking about it, so it must have got approved.
It got approved.
Okay. I didn't know that. I got to go read up.
I
a
didn't
little
tell
bit.
you
Pittsburgh
that.
better watch out, man. It's about to be crazy.
It's about to be
Pittsburgh.
crazy down there. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
But
oh.
other people
Big
go.
bird.
I think that other people can come up from it if they play it right, though.
yeah.
They play it right.
I mean, I think it's the right right time to get down there as a business owner? Because the community is about to be, I mean, Virginia State has already started to like grow and build anyway from even 15 years ago from me being on campus. So
Okay, you at VSU too. That's right. I missed that.
Absolutely.
Undergrad.
2011.
You said it.
2011 graduate of Virginia State University. And I can just see the community continuing to prosper from Virginia State University, growing and building. Like, the campus looks so much different. Have you been down there?
Yeah, I've been down there.
You been down there?
Basketball. Last time I went to a basketball game.
Oh, we got to catch a basketball game.
Yeah.
We got to catch a basketball game soon. Yeah, that's my lane.
Yeah.
Let's
my
go.
lane too.
Absolutely. Are you a resident here in Richmond, or are you in the outer city? I asked that because we were talking about Richmond City, the mayor candidate and everything.
Technically, I live like on the Chesterfield line.
Okay.
I'm right across.
But do you feel like you come into Richmond more than what's your?
I work all over. I literally work all over the state.
Okay.
So even though I live in Chesterfield, Richmond, Chesterfield, everything is important to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Richmond is just as important to me as Chesterfield, just because I have more opportunity and capacity to do business in Richmond. But I try to do what I can do. I work in Chester. Look, I'm working where the need is, and where it's going to put money in my pocket.
Absolutely. I feel like, so I was going to segue, and I'm trying to figure out how to take this question, but I know you always say this. This is a financial literacy podcast, and you always want to talk about the money and figure out how business owners and entrepreneurs are progressing.
We have a new segue queen. Do your thing.
I've just been listening to you. I've been listening to you. And
Segue
learning from
shorty.
you. Segue shorty.
Do your thing, girl. Hey.
What's been your biggest challenge in business, and what do you feel like, and what have you learned from those things?
I don't know what the biggest one is, but I mean, we are a challenge to ourselves in business. We.
Ooh, agreed.
Oh gosh, I mean, I'll talk about Richmond.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got. Yeah. I got some people in Richmond. I've had some relationships recently change, and it's just, for me, it's just a matter of coming to terms with accepting that it's a dog eat dog world, even when it comes to amongst your own people. And I just think that's very unfortunate when people talk this game of community and all that stuff, but we be in each other's way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All for attention, for money, for the gram, for whatever the case is. So I think that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think if we work together a lot more than just like, hey, I need to get my money, I need to do this, and come together as a community, we could be so much more progressive. Yeah. We are holding ourselves back so much in those ways by not networking, using our networking networks and talking to people and building up. I mean, oh my gosh. Yeah. Because there's a lot of good people out here doing some great things in our communities, but we all trying to get the bag in our own separate lane, and it's like, we can all win. We can all eat. Yeah. We can literally all eat.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going through some things right now too in business where I'm feeling really vulnerable. I'm feeling like taken advantage of. And it's not a good feeling, especially when you work so hard for something, when you work so hard for money and you like, all right, cool. I'm not just trying to be like everybody else around me. I'm not trying to buy the best bag or the best car or the best whatever. I'm trying to actually build something. And then you put it in something and it's like the people you're working with ain't really doing the right thing. So it's, but you also want to work with your people. But sometimes my people ain't really trying to work with me in that way. Yeah,
that's kind of, she said it. She probably said what I was saying better than I was.
It's rough. It's rough out here. It's rough.
I mean, that's unfortunate. I mean, it's sad, but like, I'm an eclectic, diverse university. I'm gonna work with who wants to work with me.
Absolutely.
And I'm open for work. I'm open for work.
We're accepting business all over.
I'm accepting business.
Like
I work, as much as I work in mental health, I don't see patients and stuff. I'm in development.
Okay.
So
tell me exactly what that means when you say you're in development.
I try to grow the business of mental health.
Okay.
And as a developer in mental health, I the same skills, I use that for my own personal brand. Like, so you see me podcasting with different people. Yeah. For me, it's all part of my development and how I'm developing relationships, connections, opportunities, bottom line, to develop business.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I work for myself as well, and that's, so when I'm asking for work, it's like, you can utilize me as a consultant to help with influence, you know.
Yep.
And I can use my behavioral health, mental health background in a lot of ways, like almost like organizational psychology and how I can help other businesses better flourish, better monetize, grow.
Yeah.
We have a lot of Black men in our communities who don't want to go see therapists.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts on that? And what would you say to the Black man who's like, I don't want to?
Well, I would just say take the therapist out of it. We don't want to go to the doctor.
Oh,
Period. We just and I'm one of them. I don't like going to the doctor. I'm scared of the doctor. But
why are you scared?
because I think I think we are scared sometimes of facing the unknown.
Yeah.
Scared of it, fearful of it. You know, we walk around with this macho tough image because that's what we've been. Yeah. We grew up that way. Think about it. Not just black men, black women too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop crime. You better take that fate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got to be hard.
Yeah.
Right.
So it conditions us to be. It's a challenge when it comes to going to the doctor, the therapist. I mean, and then you looking at a therapist and you looking at someone and you already trying to figure out if they can figure you out.
Mm-hmm.
We so guarded and biased in those ways that I just think it's. But being a person who works in the mental health space, it takes about, sometimes you just have to know that, hey, if this ain't it, it ain't it. Move out.
Yeah.
It may take 2 or 3 therapists.
Absolutely.
It may take 2 or 3 doctors for you to find that comfort.
Yep.
I don't know if you heard me talking to the doctor when I came in. I told him I'm getting comfortable with you. I told him.
Yeah, you did.
I'm finally getting comfortable.
I won't like eavesdropping it.
No, straight up. I just got a doctor a year ago, like a
Yeah.
real primary care physician, someone to manage my health.
Yeah.
Yeah, this waited a long time.
I still haven't gotten a primary care doctor because for me, it's very important as I'm getting older now to find me a black woman doctor because they know our experiences better.
You wear glasses. My wife's a black eye doctor.
Ooh.
She's an optometrist?
Yep.
Nice.
3rd generation black eye
Chesterfield?
doctor. No, Short Pump.
Oh,
Ooh,
wait.
okay.
I live in Short Pump. Hold on. You just
Yeah.
sold me. I'm switching.
She's right across from the
It's
mall.
okay. I need her information.
Short Pump Family Eye Care.
Stop
Oh,
it.
wow.
Because I go to, that's not the optometrist I go to, but I am now switched. Doesn't matter.
Please, go
On
see her.
air. Hey.
Tell her I
Ruby.
told you.
It's okay.
'Cause she get
I'll
all
have
the-
her information. Just
Thank
go ahead
you.
and send it to me. So next June, I can make sure that gets scheduled.
Yep.
Done.
Thank you.
Perfect.
I love that.
Keep the business in the family. All right. Switch it on up.
That's crazy. I've been wearing glasses since I was like
Oh, you wear glasses
2,
too?
3. No, I got LASIK.
Oh, okay.
Because I
I wear glasses too. I ain't got them. They in the car, but I wear.
Okay,
No, I gotta have them on.
okay.
Well, I have contacts. Most of the time, I have contacts, but I'm like switching into, the black community now is switching into this like glasses is a part of our style now. So I'm doing it a look bit more.
It hides my
Joining me.
bags.
Listen, I had on my the eye patches yesterday.
did?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
put them on. Make sure
Yeah.
I'm getting my face together.
Yeah. Y'all working. Y'all out here working hard, man.
Listen.
But let's just end it with this. This is a financial podcast, so I do
Yeah.
want to ask: are you invested in anything? How you feel about investing? How you feel about?
Yo, so
Money,
that's a great question. That's a great question. That's a great
It's a
theme
great- yeah.
for real. Like we need more of that. We need more education on that.
For sure.
I will say that I have I have some investments and I have someone who kind of helps manage that stuff for me
I got
because I'll be the first one to say that I don't really know a lot of it. It stressed me out.
Okay.
It was a time like probably a year ago. I know it's better now than it was a year ago.
Yeah,
That mail come. I was like, I don't even look at it. It's just like the doctor.
Yeah.
I don't want
You
to face
know
the
what?
reality.
Yep.
I'm losing money.
Yep.
But it's actually up like 20%.
I
right
just
now.
had a
So,
client say something to me about that the other day. They were like, I don't really want to budget. I don't want to invest because I might lose my money. And I'm like, look, you got to take a risk.
Yeah.
Because the stock market is up right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and that's
need
the
to do
thing. Like
more.
people gotta realize, because I'm heavily into stocks.
Mm-hmm.
When it goes down, like how you think it's gonna get back? It gotta go
Do you
down
get
to come
stressed
back
out when
up.
they go down?
No, I'm very.
You
high
never
risk.
get stressed when they go down?
My retirement
no.
account during COVID was down. Like, oh my God, it was down. I was like, my money is gone. And it's right back. We looked at it today and it was.
I like to say, ain't nobody lost more money than me. Ain't nobody lost
Really?
more money than me. But it's come back. But that's how the stock market works. Like we get kind of like we get scared when it goes down, but if you see what's going on, like with AI, you see where that's going. Of course, that's Apple, Microsoft, Tesla. Yeah, they was down during COVID because everybody was in the house and they weren't really buying nothing. But as soon as it got up, I think I bought Apple. It was 116. It's at like 232 now. Then I sold it, bought back into it at 160. It's still at 132.
So you manage yours yourself?
I do.
You don't have no one to like do it for you?
Yeah, no, I manage my own portfolio as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
I mean, I have a
See, I feel
financial
stupid.
advisor.
No,
I have an advisor for my retirement account, but
Mm-hmm.
even that, like, because I'm 31, so that's a high risk account.
Mm-hmm.
But it's doing better than all of his conservative clients because they not trying to put too much. They have a lot more money than me,
Mm-hmm.
but my percentage yield is higher than theirs because I'm in more of a high risk account. They said when you're young, you can take more risk because you can just make it back.
You making the right
But-
moves. See, when
Yeah,
I
it
was
makes
younger, I made a lot of mistakes. I mean, I think I dealt with life. I pulled money out and,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and
what.
do
Yeah.
this. I did
Yeah.
invest in that. I was trying other things like I'll put this money and invest in this.
Yeah.
I wish I wouldn't have did.
To our younger listeners, long-term plan, hold 10 years at least.
Yeah. You got, and that's why I don't get stressed out because I talk to, like, men are a lot more aggressive when it comes to investing. And usually what I've heard from men is they'll be like, well, somebody told me about this penny stock, so I put like $1,000 in it. And I'm like, but did you do your research on it? Like, and they be mad when they lose their money. But I'm like, okay, but how about you just invest in, instead of investing in one stock, you got $1,000, invest in the whole market. Put it in a fund, Vanguard, like put it in a fund that has Tesla, Amazon, Microsoft, because then you have people around. Yeah, I'll get it. Thank you. Then
It went off.
It's still recording,
Okay.
but after a certain time,
Yeah.
it need to be touched. But yeah, like if you actually look at the trends of things, like I always say, like Amazon was $8 about 20 years ago. Now it's a $3,000 stock. So just imagine if you bought
crazy.
10 shares of that
Yeah.
instead of whatever, something else, you be good. And then that's compounding. So
when you sell out, when you sell, because I'm here to learn.
Yeah.
When you sell, do you take or do you just reposition that money in something else?
when I sell, I reposition it.
Yeah, I'd
I
redistribute
use
mine too. I only typically will sell if it's like if it's down. I only sell when it's down, so they're not taxing me on a gain. And then I'll put it somewhere else. Personally, that's my strategy. Yeah.
Yeah, I hold, like, that's why people say you scared, because I know I'm gonna hold it. Like, historically, stocks
long
have
you
gone
been
up
doing
13%. Probably about, not long, probably about right at COVID, right before
31.
COVID.
That's been good enough.
That's a
It's
long
the perfect
time.
time. That's
Yeah.
the ideal time.
That's the perfect time. Yeah.
you had,
It's
you
a
had your
good
first
time.
4 or 5 years of adulthood to mess up, and then you took the next 4 or 5 years and
Yeah.
got it right.
Shout out to my mama.
Shout out to Mary.
Yeah. So anyways, that's what I'm into, and that's what I like to research and read. But where can the people find you? What you got going on?
You can learn more about my podcast at randywilsonpodcast.com. I don't think we spend enough time promoting our own platforms. I don't know where all you distribute your content at.
Everywhere.
Yeah,
Everywhere,
but like so I do too. But I notice a lot of times we talking about we distribute into SoundCloud and Spotify and YouTube. We got our own. You paying for that domain somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So
That's true.
we need to do a better job at that.
If you're not at the table, you're on the menu.
Maybe.
Might not even be.
You
Ooh,
might not even be on the menu.
Jesus, you're right. Because if they don't know about you,
Yeah, that's my thing too. It's like I just started this in January. So obviously I had my little $20 cheap mics from Amazon, and I was recording in my house, and I was like, well, ain't nobody listening to this. So, you know what I'm saying? We can BS and we can talk about whatever. But then people started listening, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
cool, I got some traction.
Yeah.
But then they the only ones listening. So I'm like, all right, I done upgraded the mics. We done upgraded the studio. But it's not really like, if I'm making good content
It's
and
a
nobody
marathon.
hears
It's
it.
but don't get discouraged with that though. I mean, I'm the same boat.
Okay.
Listen, I've been doing this for 5 years, and I get the emails just like you get. You could be getting better scores, and you're not getting enough traction.
Yeah.
Listen, at the end of the day, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. The people who really excel in this a lot of times come into it originally as a celebrity. Think about it. Like who come? Like I
That's
mean,
true.
they come in with already some type of established platform
Yeah.
that allows them to take this podcast to flourish.
Yeah.
Very few people just come up from the mud
that is true.
and just become like known for it. So
Yeah.
like I mean, my podcast has the impact I think it's made is not because of my podcast.
Yeah.
The impact that it's made is because before I was podcasting, I was out here touching lives,
Yeah.
touching people and working with people and working on building up my reputation as a person. And so then people choose to tap in because of that. And then they begin to tap in because of who else.
Yeah.
But I salute to you though. Listen, don't be discouraged. Keep doing it. I appreciate you inviting me on your podcast.
Yeah,
I'm
for
honored.
sure.
I'm honored
gotta
to
come back.
Yeah, I'd love to find a way to do something with you. I want to do something with podcasters. Like I want to do a podcast table.
Ooh.
That's really what I want to do. I want to bring a bunch of different
That'd
podcasts
be
together,
dope.
a round table discussion, and go at it for like 2-3 hours.
We're organizing.
Yeah, that would be lit.
With no
That would be lit.
with no I mean
Yeah, no agenda. Just
I
talk.
mean, maybe, but nobody's like refereeing it. Maybe just facilitate it.
Yeah.
So like whenever that happens, and I'd love to find a way to collaborate with you too.
Hey, hit me up. This part of my life is the building phase of whatever is going on.
Yeah.
I like to say I'm retired right now. I have retired myself at 31 years old. Now, whether I come back out of retirement or not in a few months, that's up to me.
Yeah.
But literally, this time of my life is spent networking, meeting people, learning how business works. And I got a little sweat equity now, so I'm feeling good about it, and making connections like these, meeting people like you. I always say, like, this couch is divine. Like, nobody has sat here that isn't supposed to be here.
So this your studio? This your couch too? You move your stuff in here?
Hey, not too much. No, so I rent out this studio.
Okay.
We'll disclose how much I pay.
Yeah.
I
I don't even need to know all that.
But-
I don't even need to know that.
I know it. I like to be. I just like you a podcast, so like I
Yeah.
can talk to you. It can be transparent. But I got a really good deal from the manager of this spot.
That's what's up.
And yeah, so we this is their stuff. None of this is
Okay,
mine. The only thing
cool.
is this laptop is mine.
Dope.
They
And
use
the
this
mics,
place
right?
for the break room. Nobody
It's a
uses
good
this
deal.
except for me.
Hey, I'm gonna throw a suggestion out. You might already been doing it, so you already know the plug here or the outlet, whoever he is, he or she.
It's the plug, not the outlet. I'm trying to
Okay.
get to the outlet.
So, and there's other businesses in here, right?
Yeah.
And so you already know that you are the PR for all these businesses, right?
I've
you
thought
figured
about
that
that.
out.
I've thought about
there's
that,
a way.
yeah.
There's a way.
Yeah.
That's a key thing. I mean, I've never been in a. Well, I used to podcast at Gather. So I was in a
Okay,
workspace. So
okay.
I did that one time from like I did that between like the 20 to the 40, somewhere those episodes between 20 and 40.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
at Gather. I've
See-
been between like the 20 to the 40, somewhere those episodes between 20 and 40.
Yeah,
I was at
yeah.
Gather. I recorded at Lonnie
That's
B's
what I'm
studio.
saying. Like you said, it's a marathon. I think this is episode 23. So I'm looking at podcasts and they got like 400,
Yeah,
500. I'm like, oh,
do you
I'm gonna
realize
get
that
some
most
dirt
people
on my
don't?
shoes.
You
Yeah.
realize most people don't get past 3 or 4? That's
Oh,
a
no,
real.
I didn't know
That's
that.
a real
Wow.
stat.
I
Yeah.
had no idea.
Yo, that's a
Wow.
real stat. I checked. I
Wow.
looked before I came on. I looked to see if she did more than 4. Okay, let's
Okay.
go. No, that's a real stat.
Ooh,
Like you already won.
ahead of the game.
Yeah, most people don't get past.
And you
4.
got listeners and subscribers. Like people are listening. Like you'll be out and they'll be like, "Wait a minute,
Yeah.
we listen to the pod and it's so amazing."
People
like,
who I don't even know, like,
Yeah.
be listening to. I'm like, oh, you listening? You know, like, it'd be
No.
crazy.
yeah.
I love it.
Give yourself some grace. Most
Yeah.
people don't get to 20.
Wow. Okay.
And
that
how long
makes
is it
me feel
taking you to get to 23? Where number? How long does it take?
good. Now that I'm being consistent. Now I left my job in July. So in July I started being consistent, and so I guess it took from July until now.
Dang, really?
Yeah.
It's fast.
Well,
You working?
I be on. I be at work and,
As the background
and I be-
assistant.
It be
I
the
be like,
background assistant.
Vice president of international.
Yeah,
right.
we need to get this, that, and the third done.
I be taking people.
We gotta be
phones.
consistent.
Look, somebody told me that when I went, because I still work at like once a month, maybe once a month, just to get my skills up. And one of the girls was like, "Hey, I saw your podcast with," because I interviewed Stephen Benny. I think you interviewed him too, from Philly Vegan, the owner of Philly Vegan.
Yeah, so I also let me plug that because I
Okay.
also podcast for 804 The Culture.
Okay.
Oh,
He was on that. He was on that show.
Oh, okay. That's why I saw you at
Is that what-
first.
yeah,
Yes.
interesting. Yeah.
So this podcast is something different.
That's different from the Randy
From
Wilson
that.
podcast. So
Oh.
the Randy Wilson podcast is a podcast on community, culture, activists, sports, entrepreneurship, and ratchetness. If
Hey.
intersection.
Yeah. I like
Heaviness.
that intersection. Okay.
Yeah.
I come with a little bit of ratchetness every once in a while.
I thought it was I done cut my phone off.
Yeah, I don't know. That's Chesterfield County.
We might need to cut. We might need to cut it.
We'll wait. Let's see. But I don't know what that's about. Shout out
Is the wife okay? Let me stop.
I don't know what that's about. But
We can pause if you want.
that's fine. But depending on the content, sometimes I think it's better for me to do shows over there just because of the audience, different audience. So I'm glad to hear that you found out about my show on that. That's good marketing.
Yeah.
That show helps you learn about my show.
Absolutely.
Well,
And you didn't learn about my show first. You really learned about that show.
yeah.
And so vice versa. I'm also
Right.
doing it. So I'm also, me and Lily Chanel record on that platform.
We just interviewed her.
She interviewed the
Just
boxer.
here.
Yeah. So like,
Yeah.
and I think one of the goals I have, and I was talking to the owner behind that platform the other day, is that she and I may just do a show kind of on that type of thing.
I would
Maybe.
like it.
Hypothetically.
Who,
maybe.
you and Lily Chanel?
Maybe. I'm just talking prematurely.
She-
but-
Okay.
She-
I
she
mean,
got some
she's
things
moving.
popping.
I'm
She
gonna
got
tell
some
her
I
about
don't,
it.
even
Be
know,
like, wait a
I don't
minute.
even know if she knows that. Me and the platform
Okay, I
were
got
saying,
you.
hey,
Okay.
like,
Hot take.
yeah, and
Hot
maybe it's
take.
maybe virtual, maybe
Okay.
you
Okay.
know, just like
Yeah.
current event stuff, something to
Yeah.
enter. You still have your interviews, but
Yeah.
something else in between that, you know.
Yeah, she a vibe though. Like I'm trying to see how y'all vibe, cause you real chill,
You are.
almost like you chill, but I can see you being a man's man, and she chill, but she can kind of turn up, but she's a girl's girl.
Yeah.
So-
I don't know if I think I'm just older. I think that's what y'all seeing with me. I'm not really chill.
You're not chill.
No, I think it's just. I mean, I want to be. I aspire to be chill.
Well, you're
I'm-
giving it today.
You giving it,
I'm just older.
Okay. Hey, and we gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, I'm old.
So when we end the podcast off, I do like to have my guests say what their favorite quote is. I can start with mine.
Yeah.
If you don't have one, let me know because you done dropped a bunch of gems on this episode. My favorite quote. I really need a new one.
Why? No, stick with it. Because
Stick
mine,
with the
I'm
same
staying
one.
with mine.
Okay. My favorite quote is by Dr. Seuss, and it is, "You have to be odd to be number one." What you got?
Absolutely. My favorite quote, which I'll stick with for a long, long time, is an African proverb: "Each one teach one, each one reach one, until all are taught."
Sheesh.
I like that.
I like that.
I got mine. I have one, but there was something I heard the other day that was cool. But I guess I'll just give you the regular one. Is the regular one is okay. That was just Chesapeake County public transportation. I was making sure it wasn't an emergency.
Okay. It was not an emergency.
Woo woo. Woo.
Yeah, we said
All
that same
right,
time.
said, look, we can pause this.
I was making sure it wasn't the police.
Yeah, I mean,
It looked like Chesapeake.
You're interviewing some attorneys up here.
Now my favorite one is labels conceal more than they reveal.
ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, labels.
Dr. Stuart Samuel.
Mm.
I like that.
I think it speaks for itself, right?
Yeah.
You know, we got presidents that's not presidential. We got men who sperm donors that's not fathers.
Ooh.
You know, we got we got podcasters who don't really pod, they just talk. So the phone. We got DJs who don't DJ, they just play music.
They don't know a thing about mixing.
Don't know what a
nothing.
mix table, nah.
Ain't studied their craft. We have so many
Yeah.
people who don't study their craft, and it's crazy.
Yeah, and y'all really podding.
Yeah.
Y'all really, that's what I'm saying. This works. If you don't, you gotta keep this working.
Okay.
You can stay over there.
Okay.
For real, like it's because it's mysterious for the camera. You wonder who that voice is.
Oh, a little mysterious voice coming.
Kind of
in.
like, y'all used to watch Johnny Bravo?
No. I don't.
You used to watch Johnny Bravo.
No. You don't know. Wait, you don't know who Johnny Brown?
Okay, y'all watched
I don't think so.
y'all watched the Proud Family though, right?
Okay, yes.
And y'all
He
never,
didn't.
I
y'all
don't even know. I watch
Wait.
Sports Centers.
Hold on, you don't know what Proud Family is?
Proud Family?
the
No,
Proud
hold on.
Family.
Is that, it's a black.
It's a
sitcom,
show.
I'm assuming.
Yes.
I'm not black enough.
Oh, God.
Sometimes I don't know.
Black Card revoked so bad right now.
I know it happens a lot. Trust me. You know I don't have.
Well, there's like the one of the main characters on that show. One of the main characters on that show is named the Wizard Kelly. Have you heard of Wizard?
She's appalled.
She's I'm appalled, but I gotta keep going with this. I gotta get my point.
Go ahead.
But for the people, including some in the room,
You're
who've never
not that
seen the
old.
Proud Family,
Let's be very clear. You're not that old.
Okay.
Wizard Kelly is one of the main characters of the Proud Family, but you've never seen his face.
Yeah.
You've never
Oh,
seen
yeah?
his face.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
that's
like
what
that.
I'm.
That's that.
Yeah.
I be telling my video guy, jump. I be like, don't jump in. Say something.
That's what I was saying to her on Leadership because she had a lot of good stuff to
works.
say.
It works.
Yeah.
Look, all right, we're gonna get ready to end
I
this.
might be
I would, they gotta come back. Both of y'all gotta come back for sure. We gonna end this because we done went a little bit over our time. I could keep talking for about 2-3 more hours because we was getting into it with the mental health, but the executive producer
Oh,
is wrapping it up.
wrap it up.
So,
Wrap it up.
Shout out to Mr. Randy Wilson.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. It's been a
See y'all
pleasure.
next
You
week.
too.
Peace.
That was good.
Thank you all.
That was so good.
That was fun.
That was a
I
good
enjoyed it.
time.